Hello, people. How are you doing? How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm feeling in a weird mood today. Just, it's the last day. I always get a little depressed the day before I have to go back to work. True statement. Ask my wife. Always have. I don't know what it is. I think sometimes work just reminds me that we're a slave. We must go to work. And it's not that I mind working. It's just that we don't reap the rewards. I don't know. I always get a little, like I said, depressed on Sundays or the day before a vacation, a day, the day before a vacation ends or something like that. I'm sure we all go through that. I'm not the only one. Anyway, threw out a little bit of silver there. Thank you so much for tuning in. That's just a small little part of my silver pile. We got all kinds of stuff in there. Eagles, queens, beasts, bars, privateers, you name it, it's in there. Junk silver's in there. But I'm glad everybody is here. Thank you so much. Let me just say hello to a few people now. This is not going to be a long live chat, maybe a half an hour. So Mass 420, hello, Pristine Green. Thank you so much, FNM Base. Thank you so much. Got a little bit of coffee there. It didn't look so good when I lifted up the cup. Make my own coffee here using that beast right there and that grinder right there. Grinder and coffee espresso machine. I'm just getting the hang of learning it. A double shot latte. Big Rouge, Dark K, Alex C in the house. Full Push Metals. Thank you so much, everybody. Mr. Skanka Dank. Thank you so much for being here. And Brandon Galindo and Josh Cleaver. Everybody. Mark Clark and Just Add Silver. Mellow Stacker. 76P10. Silver Graham, Richard McCorkindale, Mellow Stacker in the house. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So what do you all think of the shutdown? What do you think is going on? I mean, you think Donald Trump's just totally lost the war? Or do you think he's playing them? I already told you what I thought. G. Atwall, share some knowledge about buying silver at a local coin shop and what do you watch out for, etc. Well, that's a good question. So local coin shop's a lot different than going to a local pawn shop. You act a little bit differently in both of those environments. The pawn shop caters to people who are desperate, who need to sell something to get out of quick jam. Coin shops are more for the enthusiast, the hobbyist, and the coin shops are less apt to first buy something fake and pawn it off to you too easily. They can lose their reputation in the community. They're also more apt to share knowledge with you. So when going into a coin shop, you basically need to know what you're going to look for. Do some research on the internet first. I do think most local coin shop proprietors are not going to lie to you, but they might not share some information. There's a difference between lying to you and not sharing all the information. So basically, you're on your own about doing your research. What an Australian koala is. I mean, do a little research, find out a little bit about it, then go in and buy one. I mean, So local coin shop is an excellent place actually to go buy your coins, um, as well as sell. I love going to local coin shops. I don't really care for going to pawn shops because they take advantage of you. They take advantage of you more so than a local coin shop does. They take advantage of you twice, when you go to buy and then when you come to sell. Normally, people go into a pawn shop, they're desperate. They're not the type of clientele like we are. Most of them that go in there are desperate. They're hard up. They're ill-equipped up here. Therefore, they're easily taken advantage of. Um, Walk in with something like this, they might be offered $5, and out of their desperation, they probably would take it. Out of desperation, and the proprietors of pawn shops know this, so they'll try to lowball them. A coin shop will try to make a profit. Don't get me wrong, but they're not going to offer you $5 for that. Pawn shops, on the other hand, they used to be a good place where you can pick up a good deal, buy something at relatively cheap price. For example, excuse me, for example, tools, stereo equipment, you name it. You used to be able to buy stuff really cheaply at a pawn shop. First goes back to that first reason. They took advantage of the guy who sold it to them. Therefore, they can sell it to you cheaper. They're getting wiser. They're buying books on value of stereo equipment, antiques, tools, coins. They got all these books behind the counter. And when something comes in from a seller, they look it up. They know exactly what every one of these coins and bars are. So they sell it to you. They buy it rock bottom and sell it to you top dollar. You pay, and like I just had Silver's mentioned just now, you pay close to retail at pawn shops, if not more. Obviously, if you're there and you build a rapport, that might be a different scenario. I can't get into every variable, every type of personality, but I can tell you this. If you do, a lot of places don't have coin shops, and you must deal with a pawn shop. There are a few tricks to dealing with pawn shop proprietors. One is don't go in looking like a bum. Don't go in looking like all the other meth addicts that come in there. I'm not saying dress up, but maybe put on a nice pair of jeans and a polo shirt tucked in. Go in there and talk, not that you're showing off, because obviously the guy behind the counter, his ego might get hurt, and then he's going to really ream it to you if you're trying to show him up. Just gently tell him, hey, I'd like to sell this. And just the word, what is the spot price of silver today? We'll tell him you're no dummy. You don't need to go into, well, I stacked this, I got this. You don't need to get into that. Just a simple question will tell him everything he needs to know about you and not to take advantage of you. He can see by the way you're dressed in your nice polo and nice jeans or khakis that you are not a meth addict or desperate. And you're might apt to get a better deal out of a pawn shop. Same in reverse when you go to buy something from a pawn shop. Okay, you're looking at a coin like this or a bar. Nice bar, sir. What's the spot price of silver, by the way? Oh, it's that? I'm interested in that. What do you want for it? Oh, it's too far underneath the spot price. Once he knows that you know a little bit about it, he's going to be more open to negotiate. He's not going to be open to negotiate with somebody that's freaking missing teeth and looks like a freaking heroin addict. You want it or not, get the hell out of here. But you get my point. In each of one of those environments, whether it be a coin shop or pawn shop, you got to act a little bit differently. And in both, go in there with a little bit of intelligence. Unfortunately, most men, they get their ego hurt a little bit. So if you go in there showing off and try to act like Billy Badass that you know everything, they're going to get on the defensive, and they're not going to really want to. They're going to want to screw you over better than help you out. So be very subtle when you share that you have knowledge, and that goes through all walks of life. Good question, though, and I'm sorry if I drug that question out. Stargazer 1995, your past videos have paid off. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for being here. I'd be nothing without every one of you. My local pawn shop is awesome. 1833 half cent, 1849 large date, 1932 quada. Quada? What's a quada? All money makers. Congratulations, push metal metals. Full push metals. Good. I mean, some pawn shops I'm sure are good. I'm sure they're good. But I'm just talking from the perspective of all the pawn shops I've seen in the many states I've been to. They're all seem to be in the bad part of town, if you know what I mean. They're all used to dealing with assholes and meth addicts. It just so you need to distinguish yourself differently when you go in to either buy or sell. You know. What is the best 1 ounce silver coin I would buy right now? It still is the Silver Eagle or the Maple Leaf. And I give the Silver Eagle the edge. But when I want to get a little bit, I call it artistic, I'll buy some of the privateers. Look that up, privateer. They all look like freaking pirate silver. I'll buy Queen's Beast. You know, I'll buy some of the koalas, you know, for their art. But definitely Eagles right now and Maple Leafs. The Britannia, I don't own one. I really never owned major DNB. I never had one in my hand. So I really can't give you an honest opinion what I think. Normally when you see a coin on screen, it's one-dimensional. It's a picture. But when you hold it in your hand, you can see the you can feel, you can see the what's the proper word? The reveal, how the image pops up from the coin. So when you take a look at the eagle, the lady in the eagle, she comes up. If you were to turn the coin a little bit, you could see that. It's called reveal, I think. So a lot of coins look good. And then when you get them in your hand, it's like, nah, no big deal. Let me see. Is this a Britannia, actually? I actually do have a Britannia. I apologize. I do have a Britannia. I think they're pretty coins. But to me, they're very reminiscent of the Maple Leaf. And I apologize that this camera sucks at focusing. So one side looks just like the Maple Leaf, okay? And the other side, it's all right as far as artistic. I do own one, though. I don't even remember what I own half the time. Thank you, though, very much for the question. Cougarans are nice. The old man on the front and the, what is it? The, not the deer or whatever, the antelope on the back, I think it is. I mean, it's an okay coin as far as artistic. We're talking art-wise. When I buy something other than an American Silver Eagle or a Maple Leaf, it's normally for its artistic image on top. So let me find something real quick. So take a Queen's Beast. When I take a look at the Queen's Beast, again, I apologize, the camera. I'll get it to focus. Whoa, one of these days I'll have a real studio like a real YouTuber. So some of the things I like about the front of this coin, I like the texturing, not so much as her face, but look at the background texturing. Very tiny dots on there, and they're in a slight tight spiral. But then when you turn it over, I love some of the images of the Queen's Beast. This is the Queen's Beast, meaning they have the Queen on one side, the Beast on the other side. It's a 2-ounce coin. So I kind of like looking at some of the, I get a little bored, you know, I'll be honest with you. I get a little bored stacking. I know it's the best coin to stack is the American Silver Eagle for me in this country. But sometimes I get a little bored and I want to go and buy something different. I never came across a queen's beast having burrs on the edges. About anon. Never had that experience. The kookaburra is another good example of good artwork. But if I recall, no, this is 1 ounce. I have an Australia coin that was, it actually said it was like a 0.9 of an ounce. So some of these Australian coins are not quite an ounce. I have to locate that and do and pull it and actually show it to you one day. And it could be in my place in the White Mountains. I have most of my silver in the White Mountains. I don't buy off of eBay, James the Ponderer. A lot of people swear by it. I just don't care to buy off of it. And they all say, well, you can go to JM Bullion on eBay and you can go to APMEX on eBay. Why go through a middleman? Why not just deal directly with them? Go directly to JM Bullion or APMEX. Now, people are always telling me, oh, there's this thing called eBay bucks. I don't know how to get them. I've never seen them. But if I had to make a guess, you have to buy a lot of crap on eBay to start accumulating them. Well, I don't buy a lot of stuff off of eBay. You know, I'm not a buyer too much. Therefore, I don't think I would get a bunch of e-bucks. So just not worth the risk. And as far as Craigslist, buying this silver on Craigslist, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I would love to get my hands on a griffin. Yes, Cauldron, I would. One thing I would never do is sell on eBay. All the seller has to do is receive your free silver, and I say your free silver. All he has to do is receive your silver and then make a complaint that the silver he received is fake. He doesn't have to send that silver in to get it authorized, and he just had, all he has to do is say it was fake, and you given up your silver, and you have to give your money back, and eBay or PayPal will reimburse that thief. So definitely never sell on eBay. Justin True, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you finally caught one. Yeah, today I'm not going to feed the trolls. They're just attention people see, they don't get attention in real life. They're too stupid really to even have friends. People in real life ignore them. So what they do is they get on the internet and they instigate fights in little chat rooms. And it's the only way they can get attention. It's like misbehaving to their parents. They're just reacting. They're just misbehaving, and they see it as, even if the parents scold them or spank them, they're getting some kind of attention. And that's the same thing that they come into these chat rooms for. They're just looking for a little bit of attention. Buffalo or eagle? So when it comes to gold, Peter, I'd have to go with that buffalo. See, I own no gold. I wish I can afford some gold. But that buffalo, Indian buffalo, that gold coin, wow. And I will say this about the eagle, the gold eagle. When you compare it to the color, just the color of a Canadian maple eagle, the Canadian maple is much prettier. Take a look at both colors. There's a stark contrast in color, completely different colors in the gold. I like the Canadian gold better, just as far as just the yellow hue. When you buy online, I go to Providence JM and SD, excuse me for my cough. Those are good places. Overtax, what would you rather have, AK or AR? Well, AR is at closer range, a more destructive round. However, an AR or reach out and touch you, I think it's 3,500 yards or something like that. Either one is good. I just don't like getting in pissing wars whether this bullet is better than that bullet. The fact of the matter is it wastes more of our energy arguing it, considering 99.999% of us will never have to shoot anybody in their lives. Thank God. I see Art Chavez is into man boobs. Good for you, man. I heard Gillette has made a nice commercial for you, catering to you. What question do you ask to find out if a coin, silver, gold dealer is legit and worth working with? Well, unfortunately, many people who are not worth working with still know enough to take advantage of you. So it's a very hard question. And it's irrelevant whether he is legit to work with. At the time, at that moment, does he have a product you want that is real? At that time and at that moment, is he going to give you a good deal on it? If yes, then at that time, at that moment, he's worth working with. As far as working with him in the long run, you're probably going to have to watch him very, very closely. But that's when the reputation of that coin dealer will precede him, and he will either be ran out of business from a lack of customers or he will survive. I think we're all apt, we're all able to take advantage of somebody sometime, and we all need to be watched. And just everybody needs to be dealt with caution. That's all I'm saying. Nowadays, everybody's taking advantage of everybody. We all need to just deal with each other with caution until you get to know them. I hope that answered your question. How do I get people into stacking silver? Let me turn this around just a little bit. I'm actually moving, so a lot of I was kind of hoping the camera would focus a little bit better on this silver. But how do I get people I care about into silver, into stacking silver? You know, it's not so much as whether I care about them or not. I talk to them just like I talk to you. You know, the bottom line is I tell people that this dollar, the value, the purchasing power of this dollar, how many of something you can buy with this dollar is going down every year. It truly is. And I can almost bet since the day you all were born, the value, the purchasing power has never really gone up to where you can actually measure it with tangibles. This, on the other hand, has. This has a chance. All right, we can all argue against this. Even the trolls can say this is all worthless. But it has a chance. This has no chance. I mean, I've been on this earth since 1962. I've never seen this be able to buy more, only less. This at least has a chance. Isn't a chance better than nothing? We're all looking at a computer screen right now. Here's another way of explaining it. The bottom left corner is the day you were born. The upper right corner is now. That day you were born. That's where the price of silver was. And it's gone. Up and it's down, up and down, and maybe sometimes it stays the same, up and down, stays the same, up and down, up and down. Oh, a big dip there, oh, a big spike here, up and down, stays the same. But you get my point. but the overall trend is upwards. It is up there now. It is up there now. The dollar bill is not. And there's my argument for stacking silver instead of having a savings account. Y'all don't have to agree with me. That's just my way of thinking. I read the Bible from front cover to back cover. All right, I'll admit I got a little bored with this middle section, the Proverbs and the Psalms and whatnot. But nowhere in that Bible did it mention 401k plans, stock markets, derivative markets. I saw silver in there, starting in Genesis, beginning of the Old Testament. I saw gold. I even saw bronze, believe it or not. It has a long track record, a long history. And many types of fiat currency, that's what this is, have come and gone. Come and gone. Gold and silver have not ever gone. Gregory Thompson, thank you so much for your $2 super chat. I really appreciate that. Every little bit helps. I'm actually moving right now, so things are tight. Thank you so much. As you notice, that table's gone in that corner right. Right there used to be an end table there. So I'm slowly moving stuff out. I have to be out of here, I believe he said on the 19th of February. So I move a little bit each day, and that way on that final day, I'm not busting my ass trying to move. Adam Roberts got a 23,000 BTU kerosene heater. Thanks to you. Adam Rogers, is that the one I recommended from Home Depot? Please let me know. And let me know what you really honestly think of it. It is beautiful, in my opinion. Man, Victorious Pauper will be receiving another 100 ounces of silver this coming week to add to my stack. I'm envious of you. I am envious of you. Congratulations, 100 ounces. That's significant. That is significant. As I always mention, everybody should have a minimum of 200 ounces. That doesn't mean you should panic and go out and spend your mortgage or your rent tomorrow to get it. But slowly over time, try to acquire. That should be your first goal. Lord Henry, thank you very much for your 5 lira. I really, really appreciate it. No different one. Oh, I'm wondering which one you got, Adam Rogers. Peter Schweigart. I hope I'm pronouncing that name right. I am not surprised the markets are higher, but please don't be disappointed when the markets just go a little bit lower. I have made a speculation that I believe silver. I believe after the first quarter of this year, we're going to see slightly higher silver prices. I've said that all the way through 2018. I believe we're starting to see evidence of that now. So keep your heads up, but still don't be a little bit shocked if it takes another little dip. That's the way it is. And I always tell people not to worry about the prices of silver. We're young. We're in our accumulation phase. Why would we care if the price drops? Think about that. Do you really? You folks who are in your mid-20s, your mid-30s, do you really want to see silver go up to $30, $40 an ounce right now? It would actually slow down your accumulation of silver because you would be able to only afford less. So while we're in our young period of life or our accumulation phase, because some people are in their 60s and still accumulating, why would you want prices to go up? You would want them to collapse, and that way you could freaking load the boat. That's all I'm saying. Let's not worry about silver shooting up really quick right now, okay, guys? Major DNB. Thank you so much for your 2 lira. And I hope that little L means lira. I think it means lira. Thank you very much for the the 2 lira. I appreciate it. Thank you. It will go to good use and wise use. I don't squander my money. Dan Willow, don't count your wealth in dollars. Count it in ounces. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Let's take a look at some of the other names in the house. Gates 7431, Save Copper, Stacking Nerd. Oh, hell no. What did she say? Uh-oh, back up. The chat went up a little bit. Well, hell no, I need so many more pieces. Oh, it's okay, Stacking Nerd. You'll do it. I just say 200. I think that's what you're reflecting on is my 200 recommendation. But hell, even 100 right now. Get 100. Only 20 years old, Coco. Yeah, so you can understand what I'm saying is, do you really want to see silver go up? I mean, all right, let's just hypothetically say you had 1,000 ounces. Yeah, then you probably would love it to go up to $100 an ounce or $200 an ounce. I don't blame you, but most of us are we're just trying to accumulate and we want this worthless piece of garbage to get us as much of this as humanly possible. Our paychecks are very finite, and I rather get as much as possible right now and then worry later. I'm sorry, I got a little bit distracted here. And then and worry about the price later. Adam Rogers, he says he got a Heatmate 23,000. Let me take a really quick look at that. I still have you here, but I want to open up Google Chrome and take a look at his heater. 20 heater, kerosene heater. Let's see what it looks like. I think this is the Home Depot. No, it's not. Let's see. 20. Huh. Which model? I'm just curious because they show me a square model, Adam. And by the way, Adam, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. Lira equals pounds. Okay, I have a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn when it comes to other currencies. 52 ounces so far in the last 3 months by Brandon Galindo. I have to tell you, Brandon, 52 ounces in 3 months is admirable. You should be patting yourself on the back. The way you worded it, it's like you think it's no big deal. I think it's a good achievement that you did. Thank you so much for stacking silver. And another thing I think about, every time we stack an ounce of silver, you may disagree with me, you're actually sticking it to the banks. You are actually sticking it to the banks a little bit. Sans Pure 91, thank you so much for being by. He just said goodbye to everybody. All right, so it's the heat, the 23K. Let me take a look. I left it open. That's the 23K. Let's see. Okay, here it is. Boom, boom. I like to see it. Oh, so it kind of looks like mine a little bit. Definitely looks like mine. And I'm sure it's probably the same damn thing, if you ask me. Congratulations, a good heater. And by the way, Adam, I'm giving you permission. Not that you need my permission. You try out that heater. If I was even slightly exaggerating on the quality, you call me out on it. Now, obviously, I got the Dura Heat from Home Depot, but yours should be virtually the same. Again, if I was slightly exaggerating in my review of that thing, you call me out because I think it's an awesome freaking heater for emergencies. I wouldn't be using it for everyday heating, but because it uses kerosene, and kerosene is expensive. That's why. Zip Fix Guitars. Yes, 310 ounces of silver. That's awesome, man. That is freaking awesome. 250 ounces in 3 months by Robin Stabile. Thank you so much. 250 in 3 months. Pretty damn good. Giselle bought more rice and some spare rice cooker. So speaking of a rice cooker, Giselle, I bought a Roshi, something like that, rice cooker. Freaking thing is amazing. Jiroshi or one of those Japanese rice cookers. I mean, it cooks rice in a fraction of the time. And every time I cook rice, always foams over, you know, that nasty white foam. It gets into the freaking stove and everything. This thing, you just throw your water in, your rice in, close the damn door, press a button, no mess, perfect rice every time. No stirring, no watching, no counting. It's amazing, man. Thank you, though. Appreciate your comment about the rice cooker. Stacking that gold. I wish I can afford gold. Vitam Impendry, Vero. I probably messed up that name, but I mean no disrespect to you. Duco, HL. Haven't seen you in the house for a while. Just to point out, look at the text is going too fast for me sometimes. Just to look out, order sheets next time you purchase precious metals, depending on what state you live in. Okay, thank you so much. Bank of America won't accept mortgage payments in cash. Check the video. Bank of America won't accept mortgage payments in cash. I don't believe that's the fact because all your mortgage contracts say US dollars. So maybe they mean they're only accepting checks, but they're still accepting cash, American currency, because the mortgage contract says it will be paid in American dollars. Thanks, though. I appreciate your comment. I'll look into it, though. I could be wrong. Something could have been happening. 49er in the house. Don't you need ventilation with a kerosene heater? So with my kerosene heaters, I've never run into a problem with it. And keep in mind, our home in the White Mountains was built in 2014. Therefore, it has all the carbon monoxide mandated by law sensors in each room. They're built into the fire alarms, you know, the round fire alarms. They're built into it. And I've never had one go off. However, I have some old antique, they're called perfection heaters. Look them up. They look just like what Adam Rogers ordered, but they're from the turn of the century. Now, those things will set off the carbon monoxide alarms. So yeah, I think the newer ones, the newer technologies really burn the fuel very efficiently. The old ones, you just have to crack a window. I don't even use my old ones. They're antiques. Again, they're called perfection heaters. They're from the early 1900s. Take a look at them. I own 2 of them. And they still work. I'll use them in dire emergencies. I'll use my kerosene heaters in emergencies, but the perfection heaters don't get pulled out unless it's dire emergency, like death, like life or death. You have the heat up too high. I don't know what you mean by that. So with a perfection heater, you actually are supposed to turn the wick up as high as possible. It's just their construction, I think. Major DNB. I don't know why the super chats are coming up in lira as we are sending them in English pound. I don't know either, DNB. I really can't say. I saw something with a I believe carbon monoxide detectors need to be closer to the floor. I don't know about that, but they are. My home is code, so it sets it off. The older kerosene heaters set up my carbon monoxide detectors. The new ones don't. And my wife and I, we've actually gone to sleep with the newer kerosene heater on. I get up in about 3 hours because the house gets super hot and turn it off. That might be my saving grace. I can't say for certain. Thank you very much. I love that espresso machine. I have a Starbucks mug, and I'll drink coffee out of that. That's obviously not a Starbucks machine, and I'll drink it from a Starbucks mug, and everybody in this chat will start yelling at me. You're drinking Starbucks. You're the Antichrist. Holy shit! It's just a mug, folks. Don't shoot. Don't dox me. Oh man, you can't nowadays. Everything's so politically correct. You can't wear a Magna hat. You can't smirk, and you can't hold the Starbucks mug. You get shot. Check out Mr. Buddy Heater. I will. That's not the first time, Adams. I just called the gentleman Adams. Adam, it's not the first time I heard of Mr. Buddy, but I will look into him. Matter of fact, I'll do that right now. I'll do it live, damn it. Let's see, Mr. Buddy Heater. Okay, they look like an electric heater, though. Now, I'm not into electric heaters. And I'll tell you why. Very, very, very. Well, I don't know. Is this kerosene or not? It looks like it has a fill cap on the upper right-hand side. I'll have to look into it. Obviously, the title here on Amazon doesn't say what. No, it says propane. Okay, all right. No. I stand down. Electric heaters. Now, granted, that was a propane that I pulled up. Electric space heaters are the worst flipping heaters, efficiency-wise. Efficiency-wise. You spend a lot of money trying to heat up an area. A lot of money. The player NKC, I think you might need to restart your computer because nobody here is complaining about a connection. I'll be here. Don't worry about it. LPG gas, I'm thinking you mean propane. Yeah, I just realized that. I work a Starbucks because they are paying for my college. I am using the libtards' money against them. Nick Schuyler, you don't need to apologize for working at Starbucks. You really, honestly don't. Any honest job is a good job. I've dug through shit before, and I'd rather do that than take welfare. You take their money, and it's probably a good job for a young kid. Not that you're a kid, but it's probably a fun job. I mean, so Mr. Buddy runs on propane. I understand that, everybody. I really do. I looked at the ad on Amazon and I realized it's a propane heater. But even propane, well, propane is still considerably cheaper than kerosene. So I actually would give it a step up. I really would. I just don't own one. So now the next question is, what is the propane hookup? Is it one of those 5-gallon tanks? Or is it one of those little camping tanks? Those little camping tanks would be big bucks. So I don't know. You know, a few of you folks can answer those questions. I doubt if you would have a permanent hookup to them in your home. Okay, low pressure gas. So it's got to be one of the 5-gallon tanks. Patriot for Trump. I'm thinking. Okay, so yeah, those barbecue grill tanks. Those are 20. Those are 20-gallon. Those are 20-pound tanks. Yeah, I think they are. Like I said, I'll have to check them out because propane is actually far cheaper than kerosene. So yeah, some let's see what else I got here. People are yelling at me to show silver. Here's another coin I got. Let's see if I can pull it out. This, let me read the edge, is a silver shield. Now, a lot of you folks know I am not crazy about silver shield coins because while they look good, when you get them, the relief, how much the image pops, that 3D image almost, very, very low. And I find that the silver shield coins tarnish far easier than a lot of other coins. That's just been my experience. That has an AK on it right there and an M16. Propane stinks. That's what somebody's saying. What's my favorite silver round? Oh gosh, it has to be, man, it's up in the White Mountains. 90% of my silver is up in the White Mountains. But it has to be an Army coin that was sent to me. It's actually got the official United States government seal on one side, and it's got a soldier on the other side. And that coin was actually gifted to me by a subscriber. It comes in a velvet box, and it's just a gorgeous coin. Next, I would have to say it's the Queen's Beast and the Privateers. Let's see if I got one here. Here's a privateer. So this is just one variation of the privateers. This is one variation. There's a whole series of this. Let me pull it out. So one side is this. Now I call it pirate booty. And then when someone said it's called the privateer, I thought that was just so weird. I thought at first they said pirate tier, but they're actually called private tiers. It's the privateer series. Let me flip it around. It's 2 ounces. And there's a whole series of these. Now, if I recall, JM Bullion does not sell these. Look on ATMEX and SD Bullion for these. Let me get this thing to focus. Come on, behave. I'm trying to get this thing to focus. So difficult. Some of these coins. There it goes. Gosh, damn this. I think you got my point. Okay, so someone's telling me Cornelius, pirates were privateers. I don't know. I really don't know. But check out the entire series. Probably one of my favorite series here, as well as the Queen's Beast. But I actually give these the edge. And I love the beefiness of a 2-ounce coin. Looking for another one here. But I think they're all up in the White Mountains right now. Yes, they're just beautiful rounds. I mean, just add silver. Just half blue moon in the house. Love the privateers. Wish I had got them all when they first released. Okay, Electric Pig seems to know his privateer series. He said that one is called The Captain. It's the third in a series of 7 from what he says. Now, Electro Pig, I could have sworn I saw more than just 7 different ones, though I could be mistaken. Right or Dust, why don't you get a silver in card-like shapes so you can bend off sections to smaller increments? Who cares what the coins look like? Well, I care what the coins look like because it needs to be fun, doesn't it? Why do I have to have everything bland just for the sake of stacking silver? I kind of want it to be a little fun, right? Otherwise, what can I talk about? Hey, look at this boring looking credit card size, non-designed silver. Let's have an hour-long conversation about it. I couldn't do it. You got to like what you're doing. I mean, take a look at some of those. And I'm talking to the gentleman who asked the question. Just take a look at some of them out there. You got to have fun doing what you're doing, right? Do I prefer rounds or bars? Gosh, I come and go. Sometimes I love bars. And then other times it's like, I like rounds. But I love 10-ounce bars from Sunshine Mint. I just love them. I really, really love them. Do you have any American coins? Yes, I do. I have American Silver Eagles. Um, Pretty much all the rounds I have were probably made in America. I'm just looking. Obviously, I have all my junk silver, all my pre-64 dimes, both Mercuries and what's the other one? Is he Mercury's and who's that guy? Is it Eisenhower or who the hell knows? Eisenhower. I think it's Eisenhower or Roosevelt. I don't know who the hell he is. I'm really not into, Cornelius. You're right. I've got a bunch of, I do have a bunch of, and a lot of it, like I said, is up in the mountains. But to me, it's not easily found anymore. And I don't want to take the effort into going out and trying to find it. Effort means gas money and just time that I don't have. If I fall into junk silver, I hold on to it. But I just don't put the effort into finding it anymore. It's too expensive to go out and find it. So to me, if I want silver, I'll just buy it brand new. It's a lot cheaper. You know how many times I bought rolls of quarters from the bank? Over the last 4 or 5 years, I have not found one pre-65 coin in them. Not one anymore. But why buy? See, I don't understand the logic. Why buy 90%? When for a few dollars more, you have 100%. I don't understand the logic of wanting 90% of something. Wouldn't you? You know what I mean? Hey, that juice. That juice right there is 90% juice. And that juice is 100% juice, much healthier for you. I'm going for the 100% stuff. Yeah, I understand that it's fractional, but to me, I got enough junk silver, $1 increments. I mean, this is $17 now. I'm not worried about too much. And for that matter, I have a bunch of you say because it's smaller increments. Here's fractionals. These are the size of a dime. Trying to get the camera to focus again. Freaking hate this camera. But these are dime size. These are dime size. So I do concentrate on fractional, but my fractional are 100% silver. For me, it's just It's a matter of effort. That's all it is. I'm not saying my way is the best way. It's easier for me. It's just easier. I think they're also with junk silver, they're raping people. I think the premium of junk silver, I think they're starting to rape people on it. And I'll be honest with you, when it comes to bartering, there's only like 1% of the world that knows what silver is, and 1% of the world that really knows what junk silver is. But when you're bartering, you're going to be dealing with 100% of the world. You're going to say, "Hey, here's this quarter. It's worth $4 or whatever it is at the time." They're going to look at you. No, it's not. It's worth 25 cents. So it also depends on who you deal with. Like I said, Silvergram, I've been looking for half dollars. I've been looking for quarters, dimes. I just don't find it now. I've been using quarters for the last 3 years to do my laundry. Every week, every other week, I buy a roll of quarters. For 2, 3 years, I haven't found one freaking pre-65. I go to the shopping center and pay for groceries. Sometimes I pay for cash, the change I have. Never find it anymore. And it could be the demographics of where I live. I have no clue. Could be just in my quadrant of the United States. Difference between 1 ounce round and a 1 ounce coin. Is there a difference in weight? 1 ounce is 1 ounce, in my opinion. There are some coins that say 1 ounce of silver. That means you can have theoretically a little bit over an ounce of total weight. Okay, so you can have a total weight of the coin more than an ounce, but you only have an ounce of silver. And that holds true for the gold American Eagle. I believe it actually weighs more than an ounce. It weighs actually quite a bit more than an ounce, to a point where the coin only has, I believe, 90% gold. Yeah, the Eagle is 90% gold. But when melted down, there is a total of 1 ounce gold in the coin. So you're getting a gold coin. You're getting 1 ounce gold. I'm trying to articulate this. You're getting 1 ounce gold, but the coin is bigger. And because of the metals in there, it's only a 90 something percent gold coin. My numbers are not exact, but you folks get the point, I hope. Do you see much Mexican junk silver in your area? None. None, Denise. Zero. That's why I've given up on it. Maybe that's why I'm so nonchalant about junk silver. Let's see. No, cancel. So somebody said a Robin Hood coin. Okay, I'm going to look that up. Better not be wasting my time. Robin Hood 2 ounce coin. SD bullion. That's a good sign that it's on SD bullion. It looks cool. It looks a little dull though, but it looks cool. Dull as mean it's not shiny and whatnot. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that the camera would focus a little bit better on this damn silver, but oh well. If silver goes up, so will premiums on junk, and it won't be even available for purchase. Will the wall be built? I have no flipping clue anymore. I have no victorious pauper, 100% juice. Amen, brother. But that's just me. It's just my mythology. I mean my methodology. I'm sorry. Just like to get the real shit and not worry about the 90% right now. Again, when it falls into my lap, I keep it. I'm not stupid. But I don't know anymore if the walls are going to be built. I've got a feeling there's a force. I was contemplating about talking about anti-Semitism because now government's telling us we all need to stand up to anti-Semitism, and there's a big push for this anti-Semitism. We all need to stand up to anti-Semitism. And I got to thinking, how come nobody's in government standing up against homelessness? So I Googled homeless population in the United States. As of 2017, and we know times have gotten worse since 2017, but I can only find numbers from 2017. 500, no, 500,000. It was 500, it's almost 600,000, 500 and I don't know, per night, 500,000. I'll just round it down. It was actually closer to 600,000 per night in the United States, homelessness. That's, I will just call it per day. Do we ever see 500,000 anti-Semitism assaults per day? So why the big push for anti-Semitism? And this goes into the wall question. I think it's more propaganda. I think anytime a person stands up to wrong, who's committing the wrong? A person. What they're trying to do is stop you from standing up and defending what is wrong. Bunch of Muslims come into this country, and I have nothing against Muslims. You have a bunch of people who believe in raping women. They come into this country. The men stand up for their women. News media outlets call them anti-Semitic. And that's how they knock them down. You shouldn't defend yourself. You're a racist. So I think anytime you stand up for what is right, they're going to call you a racist in the future. And that racist word can come in different shapes and sizes. They'll use anti-Semitism here, you anti-Muslim there, you hate Mexicans over here. It's a way of keeping you from defending your country. It really is. I don't mind people coming here to the United States. I need to say this perfectly so everybody understands where I'm coming from. There's two types of people that come to the United States. People who want to become American, and there's people who want to be American. I want the people from no matter what nation they come from to want to be American. I don't care for the people who just want the documentation saying that they are American. Two types of people. Now, you guys, some of you guys might be ignoring me, and that's cool. I understand that. But for the sake of your children, you folks better wake up because they'll be wearing a burqa pretty damn soon. Roblox engine. Please don't advertise here. People don't want to see your cryptocurrency coin here. Appreciate it. First and final warning. When I get quiet, I'm just reading some of the comments, so I'm not ignoring you. I think our government does things to benefit them, and unfortunately, it does not benefit us. So our government does things, calls us anti-Semitic. Anything that takes away from their profit. Their agenda. The globalist agenda, yep. They can't come out right now and just shoot us in the streets and do public arrest. It would show their hand, but that's coming. That's freaking coming, folks. First, they convince the world that good is bad. And once enough of us who know better die off, and you got government brainwashed kids that are all that's left, they'll think shooting people in the streets is perfectly normal and okay. It's coming. It happened in Germany, and it's going to happen again here. You and I won't be here to witness that. Our children will be. It's coming. There'll be a great evil coming down on good people. And the people who just watch will justify it. Well, it's for the good. It's for the good. They were anti-Semitic. They were standing up for their women who were being raped. They're anti-Semitic. Silver Sloth, thank you so much for your comment. I appreciate it. A lot of people don't like to hear me talk about this. As a matter of fact, every time I talk about politics, I look up in the upper left-hand corner, and the people in the room just drop. They dropped already. It's amazing. They just don't want to hear the truth. They'd rather just hear about this. They just like Linus, one of the Charlie Brown series, just will walk around with their little comfort blanket on, and all the world is good, and the people are good. Everything is good. Let's just talk about silver. No, you got to know why you're stacking. Why are you stacking? Why are you prepping food storage? Why did Adam get a heater, an emergency heater? Things like that is what we need to also talk about. A lot of people, and I noticed the numbers of my channel have gone down because I've gotten a little bit more political. And I really don't give a rat's ass. I really don't. I love talking about silver, but there's only so many times I can discuss. There's only so much times I can discuss what a koala bear is. How many times can I tell you about this coin before you say, I heard it all? Or how many times can I discuss that this coin is the best coin to collect before you heard it all? And I get freaking hate mail all the time. You know, I don't care. I don't care if my I don't care if my revenue or anything goes down. It's not about that. But I'm telling you, one day We're going to see people being publicly arrested for defending their family, defending the American way of life. Anytime you speak out or criticize, just a gentle critique of how your government's doing something, you will be arrested. They'll call it something. Suspected terrorist. He went against me. Can you imagine Nancy Pelosi? He went against me. He's a terrorist. He publicly is inciting violence because he critiqued me. Can you imagine that? Now I'm making funny, but can you imagine that? You can't publicly criticize somebody because it's the incitement is what they'll call you out on. You're inciting violence. It's coming. I see signs of it all over. I'm starting to see it. Those kids who are wearing the red hats. Well, today it's red hats. What else? Pretty soon, everybody in every school mandated by government must wear a gray uniform? Is that what it's coming down to? They then said that smirk on his face, that nervous smirk, because he was nervous, was insightful. They're blaming his smirk on being racist. The kid was scared. I know scared when I see it. You have a group of black Israelites demanding to butt rape them all and cussing at them, grown men cussing at kids, and then you got this Indian coming up to them. These kids were scared, and they handle it the best they can, and that was with a nervous smile. And now they're saying smiling is, come on, folks. It's coming. Can't you see it? Oh, well. So what is your next? Because I could tell just from the comments, nobody wants to talk about this, and that's cool. You know where I stand. What's everybody's next silver purchase? I'm just curious. What is the next coin you're going to buy? I need to know that because that might sway me to which coin I'm going to buy. Silver, eagle, junk, or gold? Silver, not junk. Well, I guess you're calling silver junk. Kook, 10-ounce kook. Man, that's a nice coin. Eagle, everybody's saying eagle. Eagle is a 10-ounce coin, 10-ounce bar. The silver eagle, no, the silver Sunshine Mint bar, City Folk Gardening. Look at the 10-ounce Sunshine Mint bar. No other bar on the planet needs to be looked at. Trust me on this. Bar, any silver, I don't care at this point. I really don't care whether it's silver or a coin or bar. Locked and loaded. The Tactical Paradigm. Thank you so much for being in the house. You know what? It's funny. I was never good in school. And talking to me, do I seem like an idiot? Do I seem unintelligent? But I honestly never was good at school. I was average at best. And I'm admitting to it. But maybe as I gotten older, I found out why. I wasn't being educated. I was being indoctrinated. And once a week or once every 2 weeks, you're being tested on how well you're indoctrinated. I guess I was never indoctrinated well. I guess I was just averagely indoctrinated. Golden State Spartan. I'll have to take a look at that. I like the 5-ounce bars, but also the Sunshine. They got to be some. I won't buy another bar. I'm telling you. I just think the Sunshine Mint bar is the shit. The next thing I intend to buy is what is on sale at the local coin shop. I agree. A lot of times I'll go into a coin shop and I just look down inside the glass cabinet and I notice this. If you buy a couple of things, they'll give you a better deal on, let's say, something that you're thinking about buying. Do you shoot with both shoulders? I don't understand the question. Maples are nice. Yeah, I got quite a few maples. I'm getting bored of the maples, but I'm still stacking them just for the silver state. What do you think about 5G network? I'm hearing very bad things about it, but I don't want to speak about it because I don't believe in speaking about what I don't know about. Let's just say I'm not hearing very good things. Let's just put it this way. 3G. All I want to do is call somebody and receive a call. I don't care if it's 1G, 2, 3G, or 5G. Okay? I really don't give a rat's ass. I just want to make a phone call. But I can guarantee you this, whatever the threats are with 5G, I can guarantee those threats already exist on my normal Windows computer. This Windows 10, I can already imagine it's already built into every internet service out there. I'm just reading some of the comments. I ordered 3 of the new Trump coins. I do have a Trump coin. Somebody gifted me a Trump coin. It was so cool to receive it. We received it in our P.O. box, and that was so freaking cool to open. I rarely get silver. I really do. And when I do, it's like Christmas time for my wife and I. We looked at that Trump coin, and we were so happy to receive it. Yeah, Andrea, I really don't know much about 5G, but I can imagine all the threats that are in 5G already exist in our home internet. I would just, conduct ourselves and always take for granted we're being watched and listened to. So, and that's why I don't talk about violence or anything. I just don't bring it up in any of my videos. It's one thing to think about things, it's nothing to publicly say them. I sent you the Trump coin. Yes, you were the one who sent me it. Seaway 44 in the house makes his you sent it to me. I was just talking about your coin. How you sent me a Trump coin. My first and only Trump coin. Thank you so much. And it was right around Christmas time. What are your thoughts on latest technology, the fax machine? Well, that new fax machine, wow, that's some serious shit. uh, have you seen the new Mr. Coffee machines that are coming out? Wow, that's some serious technology. That paper filter, ooh, man. Oxy 1400. I just purchased my first ounce of silver. I always like to point out people who just started stacking silver because I have such an admiration for you. I really admire you um, what you're starting your journey into getting real metal, real money. I will say this, Oxy 1400, that is real money. And most people don't have real money. They have digits in a bank account. I have a ring made out of Trump coin. I wear it on my wedding ring. That's cool. Now, the thing about Scottsdale Mint bars, Just Add Silver, I thought they interlock like a tongue and groove. I thought they interlock so they don't slide off of each other. That's nice. They're called stackers. Sunshine Mint has the stackers. So I'm not sure if you got the Sunshine Mint stackers or just some regular Sunshine Mint bars. Meaning, what I'm trying to say is, let's get a couple of bars out here. Meaning you have two bars. Well, actually one bar. One side has a cutout along the edge, and the other bar has an opposite cutout to where they just lock into place and they don't slide. Obviously, you wouldn't keep them in the plastic sleeves. So imagine you had two naked bars. I call them naked bars, meaning they don't have plastic sleeves on them, and they just interlock with each other. That's what I mean by the stackers. Nice. I love that. And they look so freaking cool in a safe when you got a stack of like 10 of them. It looks badass. You open up your safe. Oh. It just looks cool when you have stacks of bars because you feel so like rich. Look at me. I'm being an idiot, but you know what I mean. It is cool to look at when you open up your safe. It's the Scottsdale, I think, that are stackable. Sunshine are not stackable, to the best of my knowledge. So you like those stacker bars. They're really cool, man. They really are cool. Gold star, we are being conned. That was the point of the beginning of this video. We are being conned. We are being conned by our government. We are being conned by the news media outlets. Just add silver. I was just going to say just add water like an idiot. I remember the chunky bars. And it's funny you mentioned, you might be joking, but I'm serious. The chunky bars with the chocolate bars, they were about 2 inches by 2 inches. They were about, I would say, an inch thick. And they were in the silver. I used to love those freaking things, chunky bars. You can't even find them no more. I went to I took the wife to Knott's Berry Farms, and there was an old school candy shop there. They wanted something like $3 per chunky bar. I was like, oh, hell no. I used to eat them all the time when I was a kid. Anyway, just a little bit of historical useless data. Trump up. Trump thumbs up all. I thought you said Trump's up all. My eyes are going bad. Thumbs up all. Thank you so much. 146 people in the room and only 83 thumbs up. I must not be doing a good job today. Ice Cube chocolate bars are good too. Just getting here. What's on the table? Did I miss it? Yep, you missed it. We stopped talking about anything interesting literally 2 seconds before you got here. So Nick Snyder wants to know how long I've been stacking. So it was approximately 2008. I started to open up my eyes to what is going on politically and economically in this world. 2008, I think I bought my first 2-3 ounces of silver, late 2008. So I haven't been in it long. I really have not been in it that long. And I say that because I want to encourage people who have not been in it that long. I have a very nice stack of silver up in the White Mountains. Now, I never tell anybody how much total I have, but it's a very nice stack. And I know everybody here can do it. And it's real money. And every time you buy an ounce of any of this, you're actually sticking it to the banks a little bit. You really are. Show the silver. It's laid out right here. I got just, I don't know, maybe 100 ounces there. Maybe. And maybe not quite, but it's close. James Dodge just bought my 12th ounce. Congratulations, Mr. Dodge. Do you think now is the time to buy silver, or will it dip again? I want to address that question because it's a very important question. So, Greg, let's take and I'm not picking on you. I'm just using you. Greg, if it dips, what do you think it'll dip? 20 cents? Is 20 cents really worth you worrying about? So if you bought this today and it dipped 20 cents tomorrow, is it going to break you? If you bought this today and it went up 20 cents tomorrow, then you're effed. See, that's what I tell people. Don't worry and don't even think about trying to speculate what it's going to be tomorrow. You will never win. You will never win. Don't worry about what it's going to be tomorrow. If you can afford to buy it today, buy it today. Because tomorrow it might not be lower. It might be higher. Don't worry about the price, my friend. Buy your silver. 20 cents, 30 cents is not going to break you. Yeshua's child. Yeshua, thank you so much for being in the house. Just in case people don't know, Yeshua, I believe, is Jesus Christ, his God-given name, I believe. Yah is God. Yeshua is Jesus Christ. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Silver costs 14 to 19 bucks to mine. Product review by Scorpion Cat. I didn't buy until much later, paid 50%. I don't have any Philharmonics. I don't. That's one coin I know I don't have. I better double check that. Somebody just, I don't know. Someone says, hey, what about the Philharmonic? No, the Britannia. And I don't have a Britannia. And then I go, oh, yeah, I do. It's right there. So, but no, I know for a fact I don't have a Philharmonic to the best of my knowledge. MK Ultra makes a good point. And I'm going to read his comment because I find it to be a very true statement. I find it funny when people say, if we go under $13 or $14, then I'll back up the dump truck and load it by the time it gets to that price. There won't be anything left for the average person to get. Because everybody has that mindset. Once it reaches a certain point, they're just going to back up the truck. Let me tell you something. I've seen these types of buying frenzies before. And what happens is the online retailers will still take your order, but they will tell you they will be unable to ship till such and such date. They'll take your order, they'll take payment, and they'll tell you, okay, your order won't ship until 30 days from now. But they watch the market. And if the price rises in silver, they will. You won't know it. They'll refund you your money and tell you, I'm sorry, there was a problem. You have to reorder. That's what happens. So MK Ultra is correct. JM Bullion, ATMEX, they'll run out. They'll keep taking your order. And if the price rises, they'll refund you your money until you have to reorder it. The price falls, they will honor your purchase because then they're making more money. You see how that works? Yeshua is Jesus in Hebrew. That is correct, but I believe that is his name. Yeshua, I believe, was the name given to him in that language. I believe. I say just keep buying it no matter what the price is. Don't worry about what it's going to be tomorrow. You'll never be able to out-speculate, okay? And it's no different from the stock market. You were never able to out-speculate them in the stock market. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here talking to little old me. We would all be rich. I have one Libertad. Just one, Josh. And I thought that was here. Let's see, is this it? It's actually here. I bought this, and because it was the only one left at the coin shop, I bought it even though it was tarnished. So it's got 2 spots on it. This is a Mexican Libertad. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. And the back side is this. So I just got one. It's just a 1-ounce coin. I mean, it's nice. It's no big deal. Well, another reason, everybody keeps asking me why I trust silver so much. And I'm going to just take a step over here for a second. I'm going to get something. I grabbed it. This is a lot of people not going to like this, but there's a Bible. I read this Bible. I've already mentioned in the beginning of this video, from front cover to back cover. I will admit, at the middle, I got a little bored with Proverbs, so I kind of glazed over the Proverbs. I'm guilty of that. One thing I did not see in the Bible was this. I did not see anything that related to dollar bills, $20 bills, $50 bills. I didn't see English pounds or anything like that in the Bible. And this Bible goes back how many thousands of years? Silver was mentioned in Genesis. That's the oldest part of this Bible, is Genesis. Silver has a track record, is what I'm trying to say. Many forms of currency have come and gone. Many forms, folks, have come and gone. Silver has not. Gold has not. That's all I'm trying to say. Tomorrow or in 5 years, this can be gone. And a new form of this bullshit, a new form of this con game will emerge. I guarantee you silver will still be here just because of the track record. That's all I'm saying. In addition, I always tell people, let me take this out. Let me get it naked. This dollar bill says $1 on it. Look at the bottom, $1. Backside, $1. Says $1. But what is the purchasing power of this $1? Maybe 50 cents worth of goods? I want to show you folks something. I'm going to put this down. I want to show you folks something. Take a look at this coin. Or if you got one in front of you, see the lower left side of the coin? It says $1. Let me get it to focus again. I hate this camera. Let me try to get it to focus. Gosh, I can't get it to focus. Well, you got to trust me on that. It does say $1. But my point is, this $1 bill, because that's really what it is, this $1 coin, you can purchase 17 times the amount of this, because after premiums, it's worth about $17. You think it's focusing at the end of my fingers? Okay, let me try that again. $1. Both $1 on it. This can buy, we'll just say 15 to 17 times the amount of this dollar. This is what I'm trying to say. And every year, the purchasing power, the amount of things go less and less with this. Not this. Purchasing power does not. That's my point. A lot of people, I can brag that I have 1 million of these in the bank, and everybody will kiss my ass. Literally, because, oh, he's a millionaire. Oh, you're doing a good job, and they kiss your ass. Oh, he's rich. You tell them you got 1 million of these, they'll laugh at you like you're a freaking coin collector fool, like you're somebody who collects baseball cards. He's just a coin collector. Imbeciles just don't know. Vampires and bankers. What if I got a stack of silver certificate dollar bills? Still worthless, because they're not backed by silver anymore. They're not. First of all, I don't even think the banks have any silver in them to give. Let's just, because I have 2 silver certificates. You want to bet if I took those dollar bills and said I would like to redeem this for the value of the silver? You think they're going to give me silver? They have no silver in those banks. Adam Rogers, thank you so much. I hope that heater does well for you. Yeah, they think all the silver is just a baseball collection. It's not a baseball. Hello, it's Dammy. I do not share my total. As you know, I just bring out the same freaking coins all the time. There's a few of my older videos that show about, I'd say, a quarter of my stack. I would go check those videos out. They show about 15, 20% of my stack. I have not picked up any 19 Eagles yet, 2019 Eagles. As a matter of fact, this year I have not bought any silver really due to the fact that we're trying to buy a home. And when you buy a home, the lenders want to see bank statements. They want to see bank statements going back 6 months. Some say only 3 months. But the fact is, I didn't want to make any large purchases before we closed on our home. It just, you can't explain that. What's this purchase? Oh, I just bought $1,000 worth of silver. They don't even know what silver is. You go into a bank, they have no clue what silver is. Matter of fact, I've been into a bank before and I just started up a conversation and it had the word fiat currency. And I asked them, do you know what fiat currency is? The bankers behind the counter did not know what that means. I don't believe it's going to be a homestead. I really don't. I wish I could afford a homestead. A homestead, it's very hard to run a homestead if you have a freaking full-time job. It really is. Dave Ramsey, Derek, he's just pushing the old stock market routine. I used to stack monthly, Tony, but like I said, I'm buying a home now. I had to stop buying. As a matter of fact, I haven't even been buying any cryptocurrencies right now due to the fact that I need to explain every dollar I make to the home lender before closing on a house. So, Andrew, what if the modern day alchemists find a way to manufacture precious metals in a laboratory in an artificial way? Won't that lower the price due to a higher supply? And I know you're good people, but you know that's like so far fetched. And 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 let's say it could happen. Why would I even worry about it at this point? So you're saying don't stack silver in case they invent how to create silver in a laboratory? Is that what we're getting to? I understand what you're saying, but it's a little far for me. In a way, it's like making electricity. In order to make electricity, you need to put more into it. So you would actually spend more money with the electricity to make some electricity. I don't believe China already made silver. I think they were able to mimic silver, but I don't think they created silver in a lab. Consider it as a possibility. Or let's just say a huge deposit is discovered in the mining companies. Well, I don't think so. It hasn't been discovered since the biblical days, and there's the Bible right there. I think we pretty much found all our big pools of gold and silver. It's just my opinion. Anyway, folks, I'm going to clear out. This has been going on for surprisingly an hour and 45 minutes. I appreciate all the super chats. I thank everybody for being here, but I'm going to go and do my laundry. And man, I hate Sundays because you know you got to go to work the next day. Um, take care of yourselves, and thanks so much for being here.